Welcome to Curve Brim After Dark, guys.
Oh my
Hi.
God, we're back. The band is back together.
We're
here.
back.
Yeah, we're back.
By the way, before we continue, my name is Ed of the Data Chronicles, and I am joined today by my co-hosts. Who are you, Paul Caputo? Who are
I'm Paul
you?
Caputo with the Baseball by Design podcast, celebrating 1 year today. Baseball by Design. I started after you guys, so you guys have already hit 1 year. So
I did.
Congratulations, man. That's huge. That's a big deal. So
I'm excited. I'm super excited about it. I'm having way more fun than I ever thought I would with it. It's a great time.
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
As you guys already know.
Who's down in the bottom?
Returning after 2 weeks away, Anna DiTomaso of the Baseball Bucket List podcast.
Yeah.
I want you guys to know that you guys look very different than last week. I did this whole intro with you know Paul and Anna, and then you guys look extremely different.
Like way better? Like way better? I mean, yeah.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah. Anna and I were both gone last week. I was in your native Cleveland, not native, but I was in your
You're in my hometown.
Cleveland.
It's technically my hometown. Let's be honest.
All right.
I moved there when I was 12, moved when I was 40. I mean, it's
all right.
Hometown.
So I was in Cleveland, enjoyed that. Got to sit across the street from the Cleveland Cavaliers, absolutely wrecking my 76ers. Glad I did not go to that game at the El Barrio restaurant.
It's a good restaurant, isn't it?
Did I talk over Anna introducing herself? Did Anna already say who she is? Anna,
I did say who I was. We're good.
Okay, good.
Come on, Anna. You should have just kept going with a no. You didn't. You just cut me off.
Well, listen, that's all right. We'll let her talk then. What's up, guys? Well, how good to have the band back together again here.
It feels good to have you guys back on our normal.
I missed you
show.
guys. It's been weird the last couple of weeks.
I know. And and Ed's going to replace us. It's going to turn it into like a curling and foosball podcast.
Keep missing and see what happens. Keep missing shows and see what happens. See what happens. I did say last week though that how dare you go to Cleveland and you didn't bring your microphone, computer with you. You could have had the show from Cleveland.
I actually did have my microphone and my computer with me. I could have had that. I had it with me. I just was.
You should have said nothing at all, because now I'm so like, why, dude?
Because I was in a frigging suit on a stage doing an awards program at. Actually, I don't know, 9 o'clock Wednesday. I don't know where I was 9 o'clock Wednesday because I forgot that was the East Coast. How is Cleveland the East Coast, by the way? I would well, that's almost certainly true. But how is Cleveland the East Coast? Like how Cleveland seems like the most central time zone.
Michigan is also East Coast.
I know. I would like to expel them from the East Coast.
What? To the non-existing mountain zone?
No. To Central Zone. Central Time Zone can have them. And take Pittsburgh with you while you're at it.
I'll say that though, because like Cleveland and Ohio is considered Midwest somehow, right?
Yeah.
But still, it's on the Eastern time zone, so go figure.
It's a conundrum.
No sense. But my hotel room was overlooking Brown Stadium and by extension Lake Erie. So cool.
We were talking about it because I was in Cleveland and then you were coming after me and we both stayed in the same hotel. That's a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Hilton.
Yeah. And then you felt spiteful about that. You were feeling angry. And so you decided to send the curved brim text thread an image of the Houston Astros celebrating their World Series titles. I'm not sure.
Exactly 1 month from that day.
I'm just like, what did I do to deserve this? Hey, 79 days from right now, the spring training games start.
Abreu, thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Jose
who
Abreu.
decided to sign with the Astros instead of Cleveland, which Cleveland offered a same 3-year deal. But hey, whatever, it's cool. It's cool. We got our first base and DH now.
Yep. Yeah. You're good. Let's talk. Well, should we talk about free agency?
That's a perfect segue. That was pretty good. I think that was a pretty good segue
right there.
You guys work on that?
We did. We
did. Yeah. Ed and I. Yeah, as you know, Ed and I like to meet about 45 minutes before showtime to sort of go over the show notes and make sure
okay.
Warmed up.
That's right.
You guys really do know that like Paul will show up like a couple minutes right before the show starts, and giving me a heart attack.
It's harder out here in the fake mountain time zone, right? Like I just got home from work. I'm like made dinner for my daughter Maya. Like we're up there, we're watching Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt having dinner, and I'm like, shoot, I got to get downstairs for the show here. So.
I gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So she's up there watching the end of the Kimmy Schmidt episode, which is a great show, by the way.
The Kimmy
Yeah.
Schmidt.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Yeah, it's a really funny show. You and Darla should watch it. You would like it.
Dude, we have a long list of shows that we have not watched. I can't add any
All
more.
right. All right. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching right now. We go in between British Bake Off and Lego Masters.
Wow.
Lego Masters. That's amazing.
Dude, don't make fun of it, bro. Lego Masters is a good show, okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm a huge Lego fan, so.
Well, I'm a huge
watching it
Lego
because of
fan
me.
too. I would probably get sucked into Lego
You
Masters.
should watch it.
Yeah.
Was it David Arnett?
Arquette.
You know? Arquette.
Arnett.
Arnett.
David Arquette,
Arnett.
not to be confused with John Arquette.
Yeah. I
Anyways,
think that is what
he's
happened.
hilarious. He's the one that played Batman in Batman Lego.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett
Shane?
of Arrested Development.
Yes,
fame.
Shane. I'm
Great
telling
show.
you, isn't it good? See, Shane is with me, and
Yeah.
listen, we love it. It's great.
All right.
You know, so
All
I'm
right.
a little episodes back because we just wait for it. You know. All right, Patrick, calm
Yeah,
down, Patrick.
This is
You know
you
what?
get
Let's
when
take off that comment off the thing. How's that? Boom. God, it's so rude.
So I'm actually a huge Will Arnett fan.
He's hilarious.
First of all, because of Arrested Development, but then second of all, I'm a when I don't have the baseball bucket list and the Dad Hat Chronicles to listen to, I like to listen to Smartless.
It is a great podcast.
That's a great podcast right there. So,
Those guys are hilarious.
come on, let's bring Pat back. We can't banish Pat like that.
Great episode from him, by the way.
So
with the
my
Augusta Green Jackets.
Yeah, that was a great episode with the Augusta Green Jackets. That's a fun one. One of very few minor league teams where they are named for a connection to another sport. I guess you have. I mean, there's some like maybe you could argue like the Hot Rods have like an auto racing connection, and then like the Intimidators used to be.
Well, that was
Yeah.
but that was because it was owned by
on the team.
Yeah,
but like not that many minor league teams named for like other sports, right?
True.
Like, so the Green Jackets are a rarity there. Enjoy that.
Now I'm like running through all of the ones I can think of to see if I can't come up with another one.
I know.
Yeah.
I actually literally just went on Indy Fuel, Indy 500. Yeah, that's hockey though. That's a good one.
Here's
Yep.
Mark. Very good.
What's up, Mark?
So I love about the ECHL, by the way, that the acronym ECHL literally does not stand for anything. It used to stand for East Coast Hockey League until they expanded to like Alaska.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So now they kept the acronym but dropped what it stood for.
Yeah, I can see that. Indiana Pacers. Yep. NBA.
Pacers. Yep.
That's a good one.
And I think one of us said, "Hey, Mark, what's up?" And he said, "Nothing much, just chilling." So,
I said that.
like all of yours, like MTV doesn't stand for anything anymore, right?
True story.
Like all of yours, Mark's podcast is one that I have some catching up to do on.
Dude, so do I.
I apologize. I apologize to everybody for my being behind. It's like all the podcasts I'm listening to are like, "Oh, Thanksgiving is almost here."
Right. I gotta catch up. Oh wait.
This is great. I'm loving all the chats.
Yeah.
Louisville
Jockeys
Jockeys and Sandhills Bogies are
Ooh,
baseball.
that's a
team
good one.
for golf. All
I'm
right.
actually on the MILB side just to see. You know, we're not going to talk about food because obviously we all have way too many of those.
Yeah.
Thoroughblades. That's a good name.
That's a
solid.
good
I like
one.
The combo there. That's solid.
This is why we come up with a show flow before the show, right? So that we
yeah, because we had a whole thing, you know.
We totally thought we were going to be talking about this.
Exactly.
Patrick, it was so much fun to make love SRP Park. So much fun to make. I love SRP Park. Curved Brim.
Curved Brim after dark.
Straight after dark.
It was so much fun to make love SRP Park and the Green Jackets. All right. Pat Larson, watch your mouth.
God, how dare you? Green Jackets, food alternate identity, the pimento cheese. I love pimento cheese. It's so good.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, here you go. Mark has got a two-parter that debuted last night on rebranding.
Ooh. Oh, I like it. I like it.
Right. In honor of Logovember. It was sort of a subdued Logovember, was it not?
Yeah,
was.
we wasn't you and I were having a conversation about that, not because everybody is just, they're just doing it every year, any time of the year
Well,
now.
part of it is that there's going to be, I think Logovember isn't going to be a thing anymore because they're with Major League Baseball now having seized control of the minor league baseball,
Yeah, it's no longer fun.
operations. Yeah, it's not that it's no longer fun. It's that they have a completely different schedule for like announcing rebrands. I was talking to Dan Simon about 3 things that he's working on right now, and he's like all psyched because he's like finalizing them and submitting them. And he's like, yeah, it's great. And I'm real happy with them, but no one will see them for 9 months because they can't be announced until after the 2023 season.
Jesus.
So,
Greenville Drive.
Greenville Drive, of course. Logovember was the Marvel stuff. That's right. I got Zach Beeson coming up on an episode soon about, guess which team? The Bees.
The Bees.
The Bees.
Bees.
Yeah.
The
I was
Bees.
really hoping. Pat Larson would like to talk about Baseball by Design bingo. So
that is a great, by the way, great. I keep forgetting to tell you, like that was great.
This was my friend. Phil Broder, who I was a groomsman in his wedding, and he does me like this, right? Where he came up with Baseball by Design video or a bingo, and then he puts things on here like you're supposed to check these off while you're listening to Baseball by Design. Things like the J curve.
Did you put when Major League Baseball took over? What do you call it?
The Vogon Destructor Fleet.
Yes, yeah.
From Hitchhiker's Guide. Yeah.
What about You Sound Handsome?
No, that one didn't make it, but it did come up with one of my favorite brands, which I say all the time. So, but why would I?
What? You have a favorite brand? Get out of here.
Both Dad Hat and Baseball Bucket List are on there.
I like
Studio
it.
Simon and Brandiose and Baseball Mapper. Paul is wearing the shirt of the team he is talking about. Philadelphia. Paul apologizes for taking up more of the guest's time than planned.
I've kept you way longer than I intended.
Right. Exactly. I keep here. I was like, okay, yeah, Paul, sure.
Kept you way longer than I meant.
It's only going to be a half hour.
Now, here's the funny thing.
Later.
This is a great little inside joke right here. You'll see I have like this huge hang up with Comic Sans as a font.
And he did it on top.
He did it in Comic Sans, which I think is...
hey, Mark, I'm in. Let's do it.
Mark wants to do... he wants to do Let's Go Branding. I object to the name, but other than that...
we got to think of a name. Obviously, Paul has an issue with it. And every time we talk about it, he tells me that he has an issue with it. So we might want to take a rethink.
Put that on the bingo card.
Put it on the bingo card.
Put it on the bingo card.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. No, see, you better talk to your friend.
I know. I'll talk.
You didn't put that on the bingo card.
Talk to not on Twitter Phil Broder about how come MILB hat history isn't on there. He says he's liberal. Oh, we both said the same thing.
Good, Mark. I love it.
Jason. Yeah, no love for Patrick. Well, it's not from me though. It's not from me. It's Phil Broder.
You're okay.
So I love
Paul didn't have anything to do with this bingo card.
I didn't. I mean, I just showed up at the conference. His wife brought it to the conference. I was just attending.
And I look like Fabio.
I will point out, by the way, that the center square is an ice cream helmet.
I like it.
That's the freebie.
Yeah, I remember that, Tim. That's sad. San Diego Lawyer were named shortly after the San Diego Chargers abandoned San Diego. Wah, wah.
The vomit emoji cracks me up. It always makes me laugh.
It's one of my favorite emojis. I like that one, and then the one he's like,
Yep. You also like the the WTF GIF, and that's one of my favorite GIFs. Is the guy going?
Yeah, one of my favorites. One of my favorites. We at work we have Teams, right? Like Microsoft Teams. So like it has all these like GIFs, and I'm like, man, this is not a good thing for me. If I want to stay productive, they have to take this away from me.
Yeah,
I use it all the time.
Mark is soliciting names for the podcast on rebranding. How about brand new?
Oh, look at you.
TM.
Did you just like just Think about that. Just let me just go ahead and grab that one.
Brand new with Ed and Mark.
Branding by no, it's
Branding
no
by
brand.
Design Hunters. What?
Oh my God, my brother announced 50 years that he is no longer a Yankees
Wow.
fan and now wears a Phillies cap. Look at that.
Oh, we got to hear more about this. Yeah, what's the driving
Curious.
factor behind this?
Curious to hear. Ed, can you let's invite Mark on.
I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now.
Let's we'll get Mark on here. So, yeah, this is interesting. So, both teams out there are trying to buy a title right now. So, not that I can say I mind. The Phil's picking up Taijuan Walker and Trey Turner. I'll take that. Although I'll be sorry to see Bryson Stott. Like if Bryson Stott doesn't, I mean, I thought he was up and coming. I don't want them to give up on him too soon. They're also going to be paying like 50-year-old Bryce Harper and 50-year-old Trey Turner $30 million in like 2050.
The new Bobby Bonilla contracts.
I have some issues with some of these contracts.
The DeGrom contract.
What? How long was that for?
5 years. He'll be 40. You're putting him in Nolan Ryan territory out of the gate. So
the one I have an issue is the Verlander one too.
I didn't.
Only for a couple years though, right?
Yeah, but he's 40, dude.
All right. So Shane says Stotts seem to be okay switching over to second base. Yeah. I guess this means the end. So I don't know. It's if they switch Stott over, that'll be all right.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Now, does anybody have an issue with the contract that Judge signed?
I mean, I don't know that it's much different from any of the other ones we've been seeing.
No, absolutely. No, I agree. But like my the way I was thinking about it, and I'm not a Yankees fan, so I'm kind of glad they did it because, like, I mean, kind of handicapped them for a while, right? But like, you're paying a lot of money for a power hitter who, obviously, we know that when you get later on in age, your power diminishes. So you're going to be paying him a lot of money when he's going to be in the 37, 38, 39 years old, right? Like, I mean, it's a lot of money to put in one player for that long. Although San Francisco was going to do it anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's how would you like to be a Giants fan with getting the Heyman news like we got Mike Judge,
right?
Or Mike Judge. Oh my God, Aaron Judge, but Arson Judge, Mike Judge. That's amazing.
Hey, Mark, I sent you an invite on Twitter. Take a look at it, buddy.
Yeah, I want to hear about this Yankee fan turned Phillies fan.
No, not based on the market.
Yeah.
It wasn't with San Francisco. It was my only qualm.
Yeah. So I don't know. And Dave asked if Dombrowski will ever learn, but I don't know, man. If I'm a Phillies fan, I like watching him spend like this.
It's not his money.
No. And then I'll be I'll be long dead by the time, these contracts come up for
right. Who cares at that point?
Yeah. Here, I gotta take our overlay off here so that
you got it. You doing it?
Good.
Okay.
Good. All right, bring Mark in. We got him here. I see him.
Here we go, guys. What's up, Mark?
Well, I was not expecting to be on the show today, but
what's up, Mark Viquez?
How's it going?
I think this is the first time you and I have actually spoken face to face, such as it is.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
The power of Zoom.
This is nice. I kind of like this. You could just kind of pop on. I need to talk to the Stadium Journey guys. We do a podcast every other Tuesday. We need to have something like this.
Simple and to the point, man.
This is cool. Just invite people. Hey, come on the show. This is great. Yeah. So,
what's your hat here? Is that Pizza Rats? Is that what I'm saying?
No, it's a brewery down in Austin,
nice,
Texas. It's just the only black hat I was able to pick up, just at the spur of the moment
to match Ed and me.
Yeah, I just like that 1940 logo. It used to be a machine factory. Now it's a place for pizza, beer, outdoor. Nice. When you go to Austin, everything is outdoors, and so.
Except when you're in the north. In the north, is so cold.
Yeah. All right, Patrick, how's it going? So
I'm doing the green chili cheeseburgers tonight.
Nice.
Solid choice.
That's a solid choice. Yeah, it's a good choice.
Well, speaking of my brother, who's now a Phillies fan,
Let's hear it.
I want to hear this. Let's go.
My whole life, he was a Yankee fan, dating back to the 77, 78 teams and Reggie Jackson and all that. And he's like, yeah, I'm not a Yankee fan anymore. I'm sick of their corporate greed. They spend all this money. They don't win. They charge too much for tickets. I'm done with them. But part of it is that he spends a lot of time in Philadelphia now. And he's in a cover band, an Iron Maiden cover band. They do well. They got a lot of gigs.
I like this. What's the name of the band?
Ancient Mariners. So Ancient Mariners. If you're in the Philadelphia area, my brother is the bass player.
There you go.
Cool.
So one question really quick. Okay, corporate greed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Has he seen the Philadelphia Phillies?
Hey, listen. All homegrown players.
I don't think he understands. I just think he's a baseball fan. He's not a baseball fan like we are. He's more the musician in the family.
Yeah.
And I was more of the sports guy. I mean, he was playing the bass and the trombone and the piano, and I was playing first base, Little League. We just kind of went different paths. But he loves Bryce Harper. He thinks he's a cool dude. Drink a beer, hit a home run, and just kind of say it like it is. And
big Ohio State fan too.
How do you so this is, first of all,
get it.
I want to acknowledge Tim's older daughter, who has seized control of Tim's keyboard here, by the way. So it's hello, Tim's older daughter. But so how do you negotiate? How do you navigate the not wanting to gatekeep anyone's fandom? And then on the flip side, just not being able to relate to someone who, after so many years of rooting for a certain team, can just switch allegiances. I mean, I've lived in Colorado for 20 years, and I just have never been able to muster any genuine emotional involvement with the Rockies, because it's just all taken by the Phillies. All right, Ed, I'm calling on you. We're raising hands now on this.
Have you seen the Colorado Rockies in the last 20 years?
It's true. They're one of a few teams to have never won their own division, which is pretty interesting.
They suck.
They're terrible.
Good trivia question.
It's true.
Yeah,
the Rockies and the Marlins. Are there others? Are there teams who have never won their division other than the Rockies?
I think the Marlins have won their division.
They have not.
I think they have.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking the Mariners. You're right.
Mariners. Right. Yeah, that's what I heard at first too.
Yeah. 2 World Series though. I'll take 2 World Series over a division.
Truly.
Who cares about the division? Give me the World Series.
Yeah. Good for them.
I know. Right.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't know how you could just abandon your team after so many years, but maybe that's what the Yankees do to fans. They just get tired of them. But he spends a lot of time in Philadelphia. He really likes the city. He lives about an hour away right now. If I go back to visit him, just down US 1 in 95, and you get to Philly rather quickly. He wants nothing to do with New York City.
It is crowded though.
Yeah, it is crowded compared to New York City. Growing up, we would go see Met games at the Vet.
Yeah,
compared to going out to Shea, because it was just a longer drive, more bridge tolls. And at the time, you didn't have to pay to cross over. I want to say I-195 or 295 near Langhorne, Pennsylvania, near Sesame Place. That's the route we would take. Now there's a toll bridge there. It's like $4 but a little bit cheaper to go to Philly, a little easier to park,
Well, and in those days, it was mostly Mets fans anyway.
At
the
right.
Vet,
and the Philly fans were wearing bags over their heads.
And we went to a lot of Philadelphia Wings games. We went to some hockey games, Phantoms and Flyers. If you went to a hockey game wearing any kind of New Jersey Devils or New York teams, you got pummeled with peanuts and nachos. So it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But maybe Mark's brother here is smarter than the rest of us, right?
For real.
Maybe we should all have the gumption to just be like, y'all aren't doing what I want you to do. I think this is one of the things that I always get upside down on, is talking about local team fandom and stuff like that, and then you look at where the people who play for any of these teams come from. None of them are from Philadelphia or New York, or are hardly any of them, I should say.
Not that like what it used to be, right? When these teams started, they were players from that town, and then all of a sudden, free agency took over.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. I can never not be a Mets fan. The only thing I can relate to is when I was about 8 or 10, I was a Jets and Giants fan. I liked both teams. I really didn't know who to root for. I was just sort of learning about the game. So I know what it's like for your team to win a Super Bowl, because I do remember Super Bowl 21 was really big into that. But for some reason, I opted to go to the Jets because I was more of an Altoon fan. So because of Altoon, I became solely a Jet fan.
I'm sorry.
Probably one of the big mistakes I made. I could have been a Giant fan, would have had a lot of disappointment, but
you still would have won Super Bowls.
I would have had, 3 more Super Bowls I could have enjoyed. Yeah, that was
it's funny you say that, because when I moved to Cleveland, back in the 90s, early 90s, that Cleveland, Art Modell, may he rest in hell.
Tell us how you feel.
Decided to move the team to Baltimore. So for that period of time when there was no team, before they came back in 99, I became a Patriots fan for that little bit of time. I know. I since has fixed that. Right. And then I'm a Browns fan now, but it's like, I get it. I understand that.
Yeah. And, being that I've lived in Indy for almost 20 years, I don't root for any of the teams, Colts, Pacers.
Some of them here, I actively root against. I actively root against the Broncos. I have no idea why.
Let's ride.
Except one of the things that happened when I moved here, and being a Philadelphia sports fan, you just automatically just have pessimism sort of built in because you've been, taught that over time. But I remember when the Broncos went to the Super Bowl shortly after I got here. Or no, they were in the AFC Championship game. And I was at work, and someone from the building, we were just sitting there talking, and they're like, it's so exciting that the Broncos are going to be in the Super Bowl. And they had not yet won the AFC Championship game. And I was like, how can you say something like that? How can you be so confident that your team, they were favored? And sure enough, you know what? They lost. And it's because I was there. And it was because I bring that energy.
You bring that pessimism energy? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. All right. Philip has a good question here. Are Phillies fans tougher on visiting fans than the Yankees bleachers creatures? I can't say. I'm too close to this. I think that the Philly fans being tough is overblown. I think that's a media creation. But maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know.
Fake news.
Fake news, exactly. Alternative facts.
They can be tough. I wore my Met jersey once to the vet, and I regretted it. Back in 1994, I had some hoodlums throw some hot nacho cheese on me. So
that's mess.
Yeah, I know there were back then those seats up in the 600 level were just massive. So
yeah.
You could probably get away with a lot of stuff out there and nobody saw you. But
I caught a foul ball in the 700 level. I was way the heck up there.
Nosebleed.
Yeah. I'm surprised there weren't more fans around, more Mets fans. I would think that Mets fans would be safe, just sort of power and numbers.
Yeah, I would say later, after Piazza joined the team, they started coming. This was the Bobby Bonilla era, and they had given up hope that he would lead them to any kind of division. So this was during those lean years after Strawberry left and Piazza came. But I remember going back late 90s, early 2000s, you started seeing more Met fans, and you felt safer. Safer in numbers.
I'll tell you, in Colorado, you can wear whatever the heck you want because it's such a transient city. There are so many fans here from other places. I do remember in 2009, I was at Game 4 of the National League Division Series, where there was the game. Ryan Howard had a dramatic 2-out hit in the top of the 9th inning to give the Phillies a lead, and the Phillies eliminated the Rockies from the NLDS.
Look at this dude moving.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's on a Zamboni.
My power cord is downstairs, so I'm going to run out of juice.
I love this. This is great.
So
this is a first.
I was all Phillies'd up at this game, right? And I was cheering like crazy, and it was early on. Shane Victorino hit a home run early on to give the Phillies a 1-0 lead, and I'm cheering. And some guy one section over looks at me and he goes, "Sit down." And his girlfriend or wife or whatever just smacks him in the shoulder. She's like, "Stop it!"
Embarrassing me.
Exactly.
So that wife, you stop.
That was the full extent of the grief that I got for wearing Philly stuff. So, it was really cold, right? Because it was October in Colorado. And so I had a bag full of just red Philly stuff. And they were one fan behind me was like, "Do you have anything in that bag that isn't red?" They were just joking. Yeah, obviously.
That's a good question. I like that question. How do you celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day?
A lot.
I would like to celebrate it by cashing a $1 million check, and yet that still has not happened.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
How cool is that though? Like, I mean, that dude, like his agent, smartest agent in the world, right there.
Hey, we were talking about free agents. Mark, how do you feel about Verlander?
I like it. I still a little disappointed about Jake leaving. It's as a Met fan, you see a lot of your favorite players either not get re-signed like Zach Wheeler or Daniel Murphy, and then you see guys like Strawberry and Reyes and DeGrom leave, and you're like, why? Why can't you just stay an all-time Met?
Right.
So it's disappointing, but it seems like Texas was the only team going to give him a 5-year contract with a 6-year as an option for that type of money. So why not?
It's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot of money. I hope he does well, but he's missed a lot of time the last couple of years with the Mets. So yeah, it's a little sad. It's like, come on, Jake.
I know.
Like David Wright, stay with the club. We're about to hopefully win something. It's going to be a tough division, but hopefully, just hopefully.
Yeah, at least it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, you can finish third and make the World Series these days. So,
wow!
Look, I'll take it.
I'll take it too. It's like
I got a World Series T-shirt. Don't think I don't.
Whole year,
don't think I didn't buy one.
Mets won 101 games. We didn't win that one more game to win the division. Now we have to play San Diego, and here's Philly, who just finished one game above Milwaukee. Said, okay, well, we'll just win the pennant.
That's what's in.
That's what you do. Just get hot at the right time. I mean, Mets had a 3-game series at home. They could have won 2 of those.
Yep.
Just, Met fans are getting a little bit obnoxious. I think it's a younger Met fan base that has not witnessed a World Series that are just constantly complaining. It's all doom and gloom. They're sounding like Chicago Cubs fans, and that's what's really ticking me off. Like Frank the Tank from
that guy. That guy's a freaking Muppet.
It's like, seriously, dude, that's all you do is complain about the Mets. You're driving me crazy, man. Like, and people find him funny. I find him obnoxious now.
He is obnoxious.
I didn't mean to. I
didn't mean
to trigger Mark there. All I asked was, how do you like Verlander, right? Like,
I like Verlander. Yeah, I listen. Verlander, Kate Upton, welcome to New York. If he can pitch like he did last year at Houston, and lead us to a World Series and win a Cy Young, I'll be happy. But yeah, they're old guys, but they're future Hall of Fame pitchers.
That's my concern, though. Like with Verlander, especially, you're 40 years old and you're putting a lot of money in that pitcher right there. Like,
somebody was going to give it to him. I mean,
who did the Rays sign today? We had Pat in the comments saying that the Rays had a big signing today. Anna, are you following that?
I don't know if he was talking about today because I haven't heard anything today. I don't know if he was talking about Eflin maybe a couple days ago.
Zach Eflin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I like that guy. I didn't realize that he had been signed away from the Phillies. That's a bummer. You'll like him. I like him.
I'm excited about that. It's a good move. So we'll see. I mean, the Rays will find some, guy they find off the side of a street and pay $10 to, and he'll become the Rookie of the Year. So I'm not worried about that.
And then leave.
Yeah. But
right.
I feel your pain, Anna. I feel your pain.
Dave's comment hit home.
It did. I get hit. I hurt. I know.
I talked to Dave Wills last week. He's the play-by-play guy, the radio guy for the Rays, and
such a good episode.
I was thinking, and I was like, you're the longest tenured anybody with this franchise at this point. Like you're the only constant that I know is going to be there on a regular basis. So it's kind of crazy to think about that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we have Mark on as a guest here, so it's an unexpected guest here. But
I wasn't expecting this.
Tell us about stadium reviews, and then tell us about your Ballpark Hunter podcast. I've been having fun following you suss out like some of the really sort of like smaller ballparks and sort of the smaller teams, and you talk with people from like the front offices about the whole like stadium experience. Sometimes you get a little bit into the branding, but then you get into the and then very often you've had some episodes where it's like 5 minutes, let's talk about baseball, and then it's like 25 minutes of like pork roll versus Taylor ham.
Hey, you gotta talk some food, bro.
Yeah, I'm doing some do some food episodes.
All right.
Yeah, Ballpark Hunter podcast. It started in January, so I'm going on to a year of doing this.
There you go.
And it's something that my wife was telling me to do. You should just do your own podcast. It'll be a lot of fun. And I finally just jumped on it and rolled with it. Didn't know what to expect. So it's every Monday episodes come out. You can get it on all your favorite, just punch Ballpark Hunter, just punch it in on your iPhone.
Yeah.
Ballpark Hunter podcast. It's going to pop up. This week's guest is Eric Spearin, majority owner of the Hamilton Cardinals of the Intercounty Baseball League in Ontario, Canada.
Nice.
And Matt Doyle of Matt Doyle Designs of Burlington, Ontario. He designed the logo, and I had a blast talking to those two guys.
And your logo was created by Eric Lichtenberg.
Yeah. Yes.
He's a regular on this show here, and he created our logo for our
double
Twin Cities twin billing doubleheader that we had.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he created. Yeah,
he's the one that created it.
Yeah, I think I reached out to him for an interview, and he appeared. And you can purchase the Ballpark Hunter shirts. There's 2 varieties on his website.
Yeah,
and I know that Spencer Collins of SAC Adventures. He does the same thing I do on YouTube. He visits different arenas and stadiums. He purchased a shirt, so thank you, Spencer. I appreciate it. And actually, I got to meet up with him at a Pacers game recently. So,
nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, my podcast, I do a podcast with Stadium Journey with Paul Baker, Dave Contney, Dan Calachica, who's a Philly fan, and
speaks highly of his character.
Big time Flyers fan. And, we call it pork roll and Taylor ham. I can call it both, but he's adamant about calling it pork roll. So I've been doing the podcast with those cats for about 5 years, but I like to just talk about baseball. So I decided to sort of do my little side gig and see what happens. And sometimes I get guests on that are part of an organization. They may be an owner. They may work for a team. Sometimes they're fans. Sometimes they're just a website creator or, somebody who has a podcast just like me.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I've had Mike Sellers from Up the Chat.
Who's that guy again? Who's
Mike?
I don't know that guy.
You don't know him?
I don't know that Mike Sellers.
Oh, the young professor. He is MC at Savannah Banana Games. I've had Jackson Bruce of the Wahi Zap, which I need to get a hat.
I'm sorry, the Wahi Zap.
The Wahi
Zap. That just sounds fun.
That was the one that was like all that you posted on Twitter, and you're like, has anyone heard of this team? Like, where did this team come from?
Where did this come out of?
Yeah. You had one a while ago that I really enjoyed, which was the Sydney Blue Sox. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Hear the Australian accent talking about baseball. That was
that's the Auckland.
Oh, the Tuatara.
I was trying to get Sydney, and actually, thank you for reminding me because I think they told me to contact them sometime in December.
I've been trying to get them for a while, and they haven't. But yeah, Auckland Tuatara, named for a type of reptile that's only found in New Zealand. That was
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like doing that one. I've actually tried to reach out to folks all over the world. I would love to do an episode with somebody from Dutch baseball.
Yeah, hunkball.
Hunkball or Finnish baseball, that wacky sport where, there's no out of bounds. So I've been trying to get people. I actually reached out to a hockey league going outside my box like Ed here in Falkland Islands. I try to get somebody from the Falkland Islands Ice Hockey League.
Nice.
Just to see what that would be like. So
it's fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you get somebody that says, "Okay, I'll come on. Let's make sure we're meeting at the same time, and then we'll go with it." So
nothing wrong with that, man.
It's a good time. And then, of course, Stadium Journey is the website that I write for. We have a brand new website that looks so much better than the old one. And right now, I am currently updating some of the articles, all the college hockey venues. So I think I just got done with the Atlantic Hockey League, or the Atlantic Conference.
Look at you with your website. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not my website. It was founded by Paul Swaney. Now it's owned by 4 people. Paul Baker's the president. But yeah, it's a cool website. It allows me to visit different venues that I would never go, visit towns I would never even think about seeing. I became a big high school basketball fan here in Indiana because of it. And it's a lot of fun. I enjoy meeting people, talking to people, making videos, doing podcasts. So kind of all connects. Just wish I could do a living off of this.
Yeah.
Like you guys, right? You all have nobody has part-time jobs here, right?
No,
right.
This is what I do all day, every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, hey, we were going to talk about Logovember today a little bit. So I think now with Mark on, this is a good time to bring this up. I mean, there was less to it this year than there has been. So the ones that I'm recalling, right, we've got the Howling Dead from Dan Simon and the Erie Sea Wolves. They did the sort of the wolf skull logo. Obviously, the Grand Junction Jackalopes.
Love that logo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you get them? Can you get with them to so they can put their merch store up?
Probably not. They probably not. That's the same operation that owns the Northern Colorado Owls with a Z, and so it's they're
bigger priorities.
They're getting their act together here. They've got stuff going on here. So I'm not sure what Mark said that is inspiring this comment here. What else? There was
It was the Falk Islands.
No, Falklands. The Argentinian? Come on.
The Charlotte Knights did a rebrand.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
I like the blue. Sorta. I like the blue, but
I like the blue. Sort of tied it in with all the other Charlotte teams, right? The Hudson Valley Renegades. They added the cider donuts alternate identity.
That's an alternate identity.
That's just an alternate. Yeah. So it wasn't really part of Logovember. And then what do we think? Are we counting the Minot Hot Dots as part of Logovember, even though that was late October?
I would, because it was late.
Yeah. Why not? It's a cool logo.
How was Owls with a Z not on the bingo card, Shane?
Great
that is
point, Shane.
Right, dude.
Great question. Absolutely.
Bingo.
Bingo indeed. We're gonna have to have some multiple cards, and you have to have multiple cards in order to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Send them over. Do we have to send you an envelope with the stamp so that way you can send us one of the bingo cards?
I'm gonna start using this bingo card while I'm recording these episodes too. This would be a funny exercise. All right, let's think about Anna's podcast. What are the bingo card items for Anna's podcast here? One, Paul cries. Like Paul cries at some point during the podcast.
True story. Ed will tear up during the run.
Yep. During a run. This would be fun. So the center square is the center square is what's left on your bucket list. Obviously.
That's free, right? Yeah.
That's the free square.
That's the free square.
That's right.
I wonder if you guys aren't as predictable as I am with your what did I just do? I almost blocked Pat Larson.
Currently going through all the postseason footage to see if there were any foul balls worthy of being famous foul balls. Keep going, Tim.
Listen,
keep going strong.
Tim is such a gracious and generous soul. He's Tim. I hope I'm not violating any privacy here with Tim.
Too late. Already gone.
He's reached out a couple of times and just with kind comments, unsolicited, kind and generous person, and was rooting obviously for his Padres during the playoffs and lost in unpleasant fashion to the Phillies. If you're a Padres fan, and then literally right after, it wasn't more than 10 minutes after Tim said that I had the wrong P team when I suggested Trey Turner was about to sign with the Phillies on Ben's Biz account. He signs with the Phillies, and Tim was rooting for him to go to the Padres, and so Tim's been sort of through it, and here he is being all gracious and kind still.
Oh no, he's cussing you out.
Yeah, well, I know, but at least not to my face.
Totally cussing you out.
I think Tim and Phil should do a duo podcast where they do I saw Phil had a comment about his Inside the Lines parking spot podcast. So those two together would be great.
I could see both of these famous foul balls, like the one. I remember this because I'm a Phillies fan, right? The one where the dad caught it and hands it to his daughter, and his daughter chucks it back on the field.
Oh,
yeah.
Or was it the one foul ball with the kid, hands it over to the girl, but he actually hands over the wrong, a different baseball?
Decoy ball. Yeah.
Smooth kid. To this day, that is the smoothest thing.
This is
true.
true.
Oh my God, yeah. And he's
this is true for Anna. This is everyone has this on their list, and or Anna says she hadn't thought of that before, and now it's on her list.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yes, that's very accurate.
I did want to add something for Logovember, which is the Du Bois County Bombers of the Ohio Valley League. Have you guys seen that one?
No,
I'm looking at it right now.
It's quite nice. It's they play at the ballpark that was in a league of their own.
Du Bois County, what?
Bombers. I think it's Du Bois County. No, in southern Indiana, they don't pronounce anything French.
Du Bois.
Du Bois, Versailles.
Oh, you know what? Baseball Mapper. We're talking about this on Twitter.
Yeah. There's I can't think of his name. I follow him on Twitter. He follows me. He has a Google site with all the logos. So Du Bois County, he's got the Twins, the Hamilton Cardinals, the Horseheads.
I cannot root for them just yet.
So
cannot root for them just yet. They do not have any dad hats available, so therefore
not yet.
They're not on the list.
But the Bombers, what do you think about their new brand?
Right.
Ranger Wildlife Baseball by Design wildlife consultant Ranger Amy Burnett suggests that both Anna and I would have right as one of our squares.
I'm with it.
That's
I said a lot,
right? You know, and okay, guys.
Yep. League Stadium is a neat old ballpark,
and I'm Ed for you. I'm with you.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
We're not making fun of each other. That's just messed up, guys.
Yeah. For Mark's is it's a nice little operation you got there.
Yeah. I'm with it. Oh, see, I said it. I'm with it.
I'm with you. Mark didn't react to me saying that. Mark disagrees with my assessment. It's
a nice little operation. Is that something I say? I'm not even.
Yeah. You said that a bunch. That's a nice little operation you got there.
Okay. I'm thinking like, have I said that?
Oh yeah.
All right. Nice little operation you got there. Okay, that's.
I love how it's just like, yep.
Yeah. I know when I watch my YouTube videos, sometimes I'm saying things like, "Oh, that's cool." Oh, that's cool. I'm like, really, Mark?
That's
that's
I know.
That's what you say.
Right.
You're at Wrigley Field. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I say. Now, if you guys only knew, one of mine would be all of the ums that I edit out when I go back and edit my podcast.
No, you still leave some on the.
I leave some in, but I don't cut them all out.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll put mine in my guest's answers. I'll just like drop them right into my guest's answer and make it sound like they said it.
I do go and I cut a lot of the out too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No, you do have to edit. Yeah, it can be painstakingly difficult to. I know Dan Calachico edits our Stadium Journey ones. I'm giving Dan a lot of shout outs tonight.
It's good.
Sometimes when we're doing the show, he's like, "You cut out, Mark," or Dave, you cut out. Okay, I'll just edit it. It's gonna take me another 20 minutes, but I'll edit it.
No.
I do like Amy's comment here because this is absolutely true.
Very accurate.
Yeah,
the chair's comfy, guys. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I can't believe that Baseball by Design, Baseball by Design, OW, official wildlife correspondent and music enthusiast Ranger Amy Burnett.
Wow,
it's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
Awesome mouthful.
That she didn't make it to the bingo card. Yeah, that's something.
I got bingo.
Yeah. So there's got to be a curved brim after dark bingo card now too. So
do you guys have groupies when you travel to different ballparks or you go on your tours?
Only Paul.
Only Paul.
Yeah, I'm their only groupie.
Okay,
yeah. I'm their groupie.
Do people say, "Hey, it's Ed"?
No,
the guy who unboxes hats.
I did have a funny I did have a funny thing happen once where
it did happen once.
I knew that Mike Sellers was meeting me at the Columbus Clippers game in Baseball Palooza last year because he saw it on Twitter that he saw the itinerary, and so my buddy my buddy Steve was he was at the concession line. He was getting a beer, and he sends me a picture. And he's like, "Oh my God, Paul, there's a guy here wearing the T-shirt from your podcast."
Nice.
And it was Mike Sellers, and I knew he was going to be there, but like they all thought it just happened like purely by happenstance. That was pretty funny.
That was good.
That's nice. When you can see somebody wearing your T-shirt or a hat, or they come up and recognize you. I've only been recognized by one person. I went to Carlo's Pizza, which is a Ohio Valley style pizza. Mm-hmm. They have a location in Columbus. And the guy who runs it looks at me. He goes, "I know you." He goes, You're at the Washington, Pennsylvania location, right? You did a YouTube video. I'm like, yeah, that was me. I was so excited, but
that's funny.
You still have to pay for your pizza?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
For pizza. Not that. Yeah, I like pizza. I mean, I'm from New Jersey. You have to. And but yeah, for Ohio style Valley pizza that apparently Dean Martin was a big fan of. I don't know if that's true or not. He's from Steubenville, Ohio. So Steubenville. Yeah. If you happen to go through Steubenville or Wheeling, there's a place called DeCarlo's. Weird pizza. They put the cheese on the pizza after it comes out of the oven. I kid you not. And it either steams or you eat it sort of semi-hot, semi-cold. But it's good. It's good.
Speaking of styles of pizza, Ranger Amy Burnett was with me last week in Cleveland, and we had something that they called at the Garden Market Brewery.
Market Garden
Brewery.
Market
Sorry,
Garden.
I should know that because I have a glass that I took from there.
The
Market Garden Brewery. We tried to go to the Great Lakes Brewery, but it was a 2-hour wait.
You're better off I told you this.
We ended up at the Market Garden.
Touristy.
Right? Market Garden Brewery. And it was really good. Really good beer and good food. And they were selling something called Cleveland style pizza, which was deep dish rectangular pizza with like a sort of like light, like a very like light. It was not real doughy. It was a lighter crust. And so I guess just everywhere just has them that they call like their style pizza. But
everybody has a style.
Is that a thing, Ed?
I don't know.
Is that all right? I mean, like
to me, I thought that was a Detroit style pizza.
Yeah.
So
but it's thicker. Detroit's thicker, right?
Yeah, Detroit is thicker. Yeah,
it's like a lasagna, basically.
Yeah. Well, my wife has a friend from Detroit. Then she says Buddy's is the best place, and she's like, I never knew that was Detroit style until I moved to Indianapolis. You know, that was always
Detroit
pizza
is Little Caesars. Okay, that's
Little
the best
Caesars.
pizza.
Oh,
okay,
boy. You're gonna get stuff thrown at you at a Red Wings game with that attitude.
I want to know what Dave is saying no to here. I like this.
Cleveland pizza.
Cleveland pizza, is that what I think? Okay.
Yeah, he's in Cleveland, so he knows.
Oh, Dave's in Cleveland.
Yeah, Dave is in Cleveland. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, the menu said Cleveland style pizza. We have a place here in Fort Collins that sells what they call Colorado style pizza.
I've had that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, many years ago, and it was ranch. They had ranch sauce on it. It was disgusting.
They have land oysters with it?
Oh, this is one where they have like really big crust and they serve it with honey.
It's a big doughy crust.
Yeah.
Steubenville.
Steubenville.
And see, look what happens. We have Mark Viquez on one episode and it degenerates into food talk.
But food is good. So
food talk. Ballparks and food. All these ballparks are doing regional food hats. So
here's the thing, Paul. When you were in Cleveland, did you have corned beef?
No, not to my recollection. Listen, I was in a conference center the whole time. We went out. We went to El Barrio.
My mouth just watered right now by just saying corned beef.
We went to Johnny's for some Italian food. We went to another taco place, Bojo's. Yes, Lynn, that is the Colorado style pizza. And we went to another taco place, that name of which I'm forgetting, but it had like all sorts of really wacky tacos. Maybe Amy can remember. Amy was there with me. So we didn't really have a lot
the
of
barbecue over in East Fourth.
No, man.
Michael Simon's place.
I had the buffet that I had the plated dinner that came with the banquet that I attended at the conference.
Yeah, no, he's probably stuffed. Free food. Cleveland. It's I'm trying to make plans to head out there this summer. It's been a while.
Pierogies.
Had some pierogies. Definitely had pierogies. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. That was good stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a couple of them. We just sort of like ordered a bunch of appetizers, and like that was the pierogies were good. So this was funny though. After the JoJo's, the Akron Rubber Ducks did their JoJo's. I asked the people from Cleveland. I'm like, have you ever heard these things called JoJo's? And they were like, nah, that must just be like just Akron. And then after I asked them that question, they said they started seeing JoJo's everywhere. And so, yeah.
First of all, it is a Cleveland thing because I get them all the time.
Yeah,
JoJo's. Yeah. Gas stations everywhere.
Yeah. Apparently in the Northwest too. The team won't admit it. The team doesn't admit it, but JoJo's exist in Seattle and Portland as well, and have for a long time.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to calm down. It's an Ohio thing. That's it.
Listen up, dude. I'm just telling you that Eric the Peanut
I'm
guy
not listening up anything.
Yeah. Well, I know Cleveland does not claim the Cincinnati style chili, correct?
God.
No.
Which I still have never had.
So gross.
That's some weird stuff, guys. And I know the history about it, but yeah, it's
gross.
There's a reason why it's only in Cincinnati. There's the only reason why it's in Cincinnati and not Cleveland or Dayton.
It's not even in Kentucky. That's how bad it is.
I'm secretly afraid that I would like it.
No, you won't.
The Skyway chili, is this what we're talking about?
Yeah, Skyline chili, Gold Star. And,
Skyline chili, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, the hot dogs are very small. I never understood that. And, I had a buddy, old roommate of mine and his friend, they would do all-you-can-eat Skyline chilies on Tuesday. Ooh. God bless their stomachs. I don't know how they can do that, but
Dave, Happy Dogs is good. See, Paul's missing out on good food.
I wish I had some, It's
if only Paul would have just waited until Ed got there, or we get to put
If only. Oh, not missing anything. Oh, here, this is the emoji we were talking about.
That's the one right there. There it is.
So, if only I'd had like some heads up about what to go eat while I was there.
If only he would have asked.
Well,
if only there was a phone number people you could have asked.
Yeah, if only
the entire online community.
Yeah, I hear that somebody does have a Ballpark Hunter podcast. He does some, food reviews, just so you know.
Yeah. No. Yeah, guys, if you want to just listen about weird food, regional food, I got some good episodes you can listen to. I have one friend, buddy of mine from New Jersey, Adam Horvath. He's got a blog called Foodigitus. I think I said it right.
I like it.
Foodigitus. And he came up with he broke a theory that the Texas wiener was invented in Patterson, New Jersey. He said no, it's from I think Altoona, Pennsylvania, and that ticked off a bunch of people from New Jersey. They're out to burn his house down and teach him a lesson. But he does a pretty cool vlog, and he has never had Cincinnati style chili either, and we had a conversation about that. So
Skyline chili gross.
Larson says he didn't want to be invited to Cleveland either.
Yeah,
you guys
that's what I'm saying, Patrick.
You could have come. You could have watched me. You could have seen me up on stage, given an address to 700 people.
But was I invited?
You could have.
I was not.
Was Chris Creamer there?
Chris Creamer? No. This was for my day job, which was also on the bingo card. Nice. This was purely 100% not related to baseball by design.
Yeah. Now, what is everybody's day job here?
Well,
mine is boring. Super boring.
As of a month ago, I am the executive director for a national nonprofit association.
Okay. Show off.
I know, right? A professional trade association for people who are tour guides and exhibit designers and docents. And yeah, it's cool.
I'm a sales rep for Progressive Insurance.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm Mr. Manager.
And I'm a teacher, special ed teacher at a high school here. So
there you go.
Nice.
Get my summers off, which come in handy.
Yeah.
For the baseball season. Of course, we go back August 1st. I don't know who the heck goes back to school in August.
Whoa.
Like that early. Maybe August 20th. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough having those 2 months off to just do nothing but take drives to see baseball stadiums.
And,
it's really rough. Really rough.
I may make it to Dallas this year. I know Anna and I were talking about that a few months ago. I only made it to Houston and Austin. Just couldn't squeeze in that trip to Dallas. But Frisco, you told me if I'm ever in Dallas, check out Frisco and not the Rangers. And
yeah, that's right.
I don't think you're the only person who agrees with that.
Yeah, if you can only do one, do Frisco for sure.
No, I have a few buddies who swear that's the best ballpark they've ever been to, and that's probably on my list of the one ballpark I have not been to, but want to get to.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know when you're here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll hang out.
Anna, what's your job?
I run a little marketing agency called Creative 80, which I've been doing for about a decade. So websites, marketing, all sorts of fun stuff like that.
My job sucks compared to you guys. God.
All right. Phil's a U.S. history teacher. I'm actually co-teaching a couple classes in the world history this year. That's the first time they got me out of algebra. Thank God. Yeah, you're going to teach algebra to kids. Really? Are they going to want to learn it? No.
Yeah.
They're going to do their homework? No. Are they going to come in to get tutoring? No. But there's also some kids that I've had since freshman year, and about to graduate, move on, and
I'm still laughing at Tim's. I'm sorry. Still laughing at this one.
Oh, what's that?
I thought it was broken.
I thought it was broken.
Hey guys, it's 8 o'clock in the fake mountain time zone here.
Oh my God, it's already Jesus.
Yeah, just like that.
What happens when you talk about food?
Yeah.
Quick, makes you hungry.
Round the horn.
Thanks, guys. First. I'm hungry now.
I got Binghamton Rumble Ponies this week, Fred Nats next week, Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp the following week, and then not long after that, Zach Beeson's Salt Lake Bees coming up. So
nice.
Yeah, that's baseball by design. Anna, who you got?
Tom Gyrie, also known as Scotty Smalls, in the actor who played Scotty Smalls in The Sandlot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
Be listening to that. Be listening to that.
I got this week Connor Kaloya of Ford Madison, who also is for the Madison baseball team. I mean, I didn't even know that it was doing the interview, so that was pretty cool. Next week, I have Marco Myers of the Norfolk Admirals. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Hockey action.
Oh, hockey action. That's right.
All right. Okay, I guess I'll let you know who I got. I have Mike Sellers up to chat. He'll be.
Who's that guy?
Mike Sellers. You heard of him?
Nope.
I have Spencer Collins. He's my first person to come on the show twice. Chelsea Parker of the Paducah Sun of Paducah, Kentucky. She talks about their ballpark down there. And then I have Kyle Flores. He's got a website called Kyle Likes Waffles. He's a YouTuber that goes to different Southern California venues and talks about them. Cool kid, like him, and hope he does well.
Nice. Cool. I like it. Well, we'll see you guys later. All right.
Hey, this was fun. Mark, thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I was not expecting this. I had a blast, and it's kind of weird to be on the other side.
I know it's been weird. So weird.
But I know all you guys. I don't think we've had a conversation face to face, Paul. But Anna and Ed have talked before.
Yep.
So
cool. Well, now we have.
All right.
Hey guys.
A stranger's just a friend you've never met.
That's true.
Bye.
Bye.